Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we're going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors' quest to beat 72-10. And after them suffering their fourth loss to the Detroit Pistons, we started seeing that they were human, and we didn't like it. A lot of people were like saying how the turnovers now they're a high turnover team, and the defense wasn't as crisp and things of that nature. When I guess the offense was masking it, but honestly, the truth is, beating 72-10 does not matter. That is not something that should be on their agenda. Their only agenda should be repeating as NBA champions. 72 and beating 72-10 or getting to 72-10 would be like the icing on the cake. It would be a byproduct of all the hard work that they've been putting in. The issue with them chasing this record is, number one, they're casting themselves in another team's shadow. 48 Laws of Power only says do not put yourself in another man's shadow. Well, in this case, do not put your team in another team's shadow. You don't ever want to do that. Same thing would happen with the Miami Heat. They were trying to beat the Los Angeles Lakers win streak of 33 straight games, and they just got lost in that. Once they lost, it snapped back to them what was important, which was building great habits for May and June to win the NBA championship, and that's what they did. See, none of the records mean anything unless you can actually go ahead and win the championship ring with that. So you got to understand that. I think that the best thing that can happen for the Golden State Warriors is that they don't get the 72-10 or don't get close at all, so they could just focus on becoming back-to-back champions. That's the only thing that's important right now, because a lot of people doubted them last year. A lot of people talked a lot of smack. Doc Rivers was one of them, but he didn't really mean it, but there's an undertone of jealousy there. He didn't really mean what he said about them being lucky as luck, but the way that he said it, a lot of people were already saying that they were lucky. Oh, you're lucky Kyrie Irving wasn't there. You're lucky Kevin Love wasn't there. All this other stuff. So right then and there, that focus shouldn't be on the record. It should just be focused on, let me show these people that it wasn't luck. And that's what they've been doing this season, ladies and gentlemen. They've been playing hard, playing well, kicking ass and taking names as they should. And Stephen Curry's having an even better season, which is amazing to me, which is incredible. So, I mean, he's a clear-cut favorite for MVP this year. So, none of that regular season stuff matters anymore. What matters is winning the NBA title, shutting these folks up, letting them know it doesn't matter if the San Antonio Spurs are here or whatever, or play the killer. It doesn't matter. So, that's the main thing that they should focus on. It's the more they lose, it'll be better for them because they can actually learn from their losses. Because part of the problem is when you're winning so much, you think you're invincible. It's like a young kid that they get everything they want. They're spoiled, and then they don't learn anything from being spoiled. But when they don't have, that's when they learn, okay, this is not always going to be it. Okay, I got to do this different. So the losses, they could take a lot more from them than winning. Because winning, they've already built that winning culture. The losses show them, okay, we've kind of deviated from that winning culture. Let's get back to what we were doing. So I think that they shouldn't focus on the 72-10. Let it go. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I mean, the Bulls weren't saying, in '96, they weren't saying, we're going to get 72-10. They weren't saying that. They were just playing basketball, playing hard, and playing the best as they possibly could. Because all that matters are the habits that you build for May and June. And I think they've built quite a few habits that are great for May and June. I think they've built a couple of bad habits also, which are, like turnovers. Sometimes they have issues with turnovers and stuff like that. And lapses on defense, because right now their defense is like top 10, but it could be a lot better if they would tighten up some things. Like they're allowing too many teams to score over 100 points, which I don't really like for NBA championship team. NBA championship teams, you wanna limit the amount of 100-point games you give up. But I think they're in great shape. Don't worry about the record. Worry about repeating as champions. That's the rings are all that matters, and for me personally. I don't know about all this regular season stuff, what people want to see. Because if they were to beat the 72-10 Bulls and not win the NBA championship, where would the conversation be going then? Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts. I think they should just abandon that whole 72-10 thing and focus on repeating as champions. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe.